listen, my boyfriend, not husband, can make me the beneficiary over his life insurance if he wants to. Like, I don't have to be married to be people's beneficiaries. Secondly, I have my own life insurance. So, like, I don't need to be, I have my own money. I have my own career. I don't need to be somebody's beneficiary anyways. Like, who gives a, like, I'm not a broke bitch. I am not sitting around wanting to gain other people's money. A husband's money, family, heirlooms. What else when people leave you stuff in a will? I'm not sitting, my brain doesn't work that way. I'm not sitting around thinking about what I can take or gain from somebody else. Like, how much of a peasant mindset is that? That's like a scavenger mindset. Like, that, oh my God. I don't even want to, that's a whole nother topic. So your first thing is that your marriage failed. Like we said it would, number one. Number two, because you married a broke man or a man with average money, which is like nothing, you're not going to get anything in a divorce. The average woman is not gaining that much money or assets or whatever in a divorce. Especially true if you are a black woman. What are you going to gain in a divorce? The only thing you're really going to get is the bullshit junk or the assets, whatever, that you already had. You get to keep your house. Whip-de-doo. You were already living there for X amount of years anyway. How is that winning anything? You already had the house. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Let's have a discussion about the delusion that women, particularly black women, still have around marriage. Black women as a whole are absolutely delusional, and they're still delusional about marriage in 2025. Okay? If you've been following me for a while, then you already know my stance on marriage and divorce and relationships and married men being the most single men on the planet and stuff like that. What prompted this conversation is this comment. I'm going to reply to this comment. Now, this comment comes from the video that I did where I said the wife and the side chick are exactly the same. I think I posted that video maybe about 2 weeks ago or whenever it was. And this woman left this comment, and no shade to her, even though I have a sneaky suspicion that she was trying to be shady with me, but that's fine. I don't really care if she was or not. She still represents the delusion that black women have about marriage. See if that holds up in court when it's time to get a divorce. Let me count all the ways that it's not going to matter, okay? First and foremost, black women, most women date broke men. Most women date and marry and have babies by men that don't make a lot of money. What's broke? 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a year to me is broke. That's decent money when it's just one person, but it's not really a lot of money. It doesn't go very far when it's a wife, a husband, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. That's like literally parking meter money. And the average woman marries a man that is broke, essentially. Okay? So then when you get a divorce, which I would argue your first failure was that your marriage ended, just like most of us said that it would in most cases. And I'm not saying that to be negative. It's just is what it is. Okay? Most marriages are not going to last forever. Most of them marriages are all going to end in divorce or death. I've been saying this for years. Okay? Nothing new. So your first thing is that your marriage failed. Like we said it would. Number one. Number two, because you married a broke man or a man with average money, which is like nothing, you're not going to get anything in a divorce. The average woman is not gaining that much money or assets or whatever in a divorce. Especially true if you are a black woman. What are you going to gain in a divorce? The only thing you're really going to get is the bullshit junk or the assets, whatever, that you already had. You get to keep your house. Whip-de-doo. You were already living there for X amount of years anyway. How is that winning anything? You already had the house. You're going to win your car. You didn't really win it. You just get to keep it, right? The furniture. The bank account that got $5,000 in it, if that. I'm just making up a number. It's usually people are not divorcing with hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in their account. So let's be real. Okay, let's just say it was $50,000. Okay, you leave with 25. It was already your money. Do you get what I'm saying? You didn't win anything. The only women that win in divorces are women who marry rich. Women who marry men who agree in writing to give you things like, I'm getting your house in Utah, or I'm getting your house in California. You're also going to give me that car. You're also going to give me half of your pension or whatever, and it's in writing type shit. Those are the only women that benefit from divorce. You're either got a man who makes average income or decent income, and he's signing contracts saying that he's going to leave you stuff with an infidelity clause, or with whatever when he dies or whatever, you know what I mean? Or you're marrying straight up rich ass men. That's it. If you are a black woman and you have a degree, or you're an entrepreneur, you got businesses, chances are you're going to be the one to pay alimony to your broke husband. So, like I said in this comment, the wife is most likely going to lose either way, because the average of y'all don't marry rich men. So there is nothing for you to gain in a divorce. So if you are a black woman and you're thinking about getting married, and it's not to a rich, wealthy man, or it's not to a man that's, let's just say he's making $200K. That's not rich, but that's pretty decent, right? For the average person. And there's really not a whole lot of kids involved, or any kids at all, and you got shit in writing like an infidelity clause and whatever else, then you will have something to gain in that divorce. Now keep in mind, you're still getting a divorce. Okay? Think about that. Your marriage failed. It didn't work. So you already lost your marriage. Unless you're getting away from it. Doesn't even matter if you because I think women win after they get divorced. Like, they win in life, I mean. Like, they tend to focus on better things. They look better. Their skin clears up. You win in that way. But the point is either way you still lost, because your marriage didn't last. Okay? I don't know why this concept is so hard for people. Okay? So you lost your marriage, and then you also don't have anything to show for it, because the vast majority of y'all date down. And I'm saying y'all, I'm speaking for all women. The average woman, number one. But in this case, I'm speaking specifically to black women. Y'all, because it wouldn't be me. Okay? The vast majority of y'all, 90-something% of y'all, date down. You date broke men. You marry broke men. You have babies with men who are broke. Anything under 100K is broke. Sorry. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm not trying to income shame. I'm just under 100K. So I'm not even over 100K myself. But the point is, that's plenty of money for me, because I'm just one person. But when you add in a husband, a wife, and 5 kids or 4 kids into the mix, it's not going to go very far. Especially if you're living in a expensive state. Unless you're living in like Arkansas somewhere, the cost of living is like nothing in those places. You could do pretty well there, right? But y'all get my point. The vast majority of black women date down. You're not going to get anything in a divorce. You just are going to end up keeping the crap that you already had in your marriage, and that's it. Let's be real. Most of these men don't have a pension. They don't have Social Security, and if they do, it's some minuscule amount that they're going to fight you tooth and nail to keep in the divorce. And it's like, if a person's Social Security is like $1,000 or $800, you're really going to fight for $400 and you think you won? Let's keep it a buck here. Like, let's be real. You're not gaining anything in a divorce 9 times out of 10. And another thing that I want to point out is, one of the things I hear a lot of black women saying is like, what you're going to get in a divorce, you can't make any decisions over him when he gets sick in the hospital. Only a wife can do that. Or you being the beneficiary on his life insurance and whatever else. Listen, my boyfriend, not husband, can make me the beneficiary over his life insurance if he wants to. Like, I don't have to be married to be people's beneficiaries. I got an auntie that took out life insurance policies on so many of her sisters when they died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be the beneficiary on somebody's life insurance policy without being married. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but I don't have to ball and chain myself to a man to be somebody's beneficiary. Secondly, I have my own life insurance. So like, I have my own money. I have my own career. I don't need to be somebody's beneficiary anyways. Like, who gives a, like, I'm not a broke bitch. I am not sitting around wanting to gain other people's money, a husband's money, family heirlooms. But what else when people leave you stuff in a will? I'm not sitting, or my brain doesn't work that way. I'm not sitting around thinking about what I can take or gain from somebody else. Like, how much of a peasant mindset is that? It's like a scavenger mindset. Like, oh my God, I don't even want to, that's a whole nother topic, right? Or the whole, you can't make decisions on his health in the hospital. Who the fuck wants to make that decision? Think about that. Do you really want, like, you think you are gaining something because you get to make a decision of a man's death or his health, or you get to pull the plug, or you get to decide if he stays on life support or whatever bullshit? I never want to be in that position. I hope to goodness that I am never in that position with my man, with sisters or brothers, with a friend. Are you kidding? Like, who wants to be? Y'all really think that's a benefit? Like, the way that some of y'all think is crazy to me. That is not a benefit. That is a burden. That is a fucking burden. I just really wanted to point that out. I don't know how many ways I can tell y'all this. So when I say things like the wife and the side chick are the same, because y'all are both S&D, you're both cooking meals and doing all this other stuff for it. Y'all are the same. Like, there is no difference. One person is trying to show up the other person, and you're competing for who can love him better. And I can love you. I can love you. Y'all remember that? I can love you better than she can. That's what the wife is thinking. And the side chick is also thinking the same thing. Especially if she's a dumb side chick and she actually wants your husband. She's dumb, because a smart woman doesn't want somebody's husband for a long term, because you already know he ain't shit. Like, a smart side chick, if she's gonna be a side chick, knows not to fall in love, not to have a baby, not to catch feelings and all this other bullshit. Take what you want to take from that situation and keep it pushing. Most women are not smart. They have babies with these men. They want these men for themselves. He's already demonstrated to you that he's a cheater. Why the fuck would you take him seriously, right? And then the wife thinks she won because she got a ring that probably didn't cost 10 grand. Because to me, anything under 10 grand is like useless. But that's a whole nother video, right? So you're the same. And please understand that I'm not saying any of this to be mean. I'm saying this because I really and truly in my heart of hearts wish that this whole marriage narrative dies. And the reason why I care so much about it dying is because I really hate, and I talked about this in the video before, I really hate that people use marriage as some kind of measuring tool for a woman's worth, or even a man's worth, but I don't care about men, so like women. People use this failing thing, this thing that most people fail at over and over and over again, as a way to measure a woman's worth. And that irks me, because not every woman wants to be married. Not every woman sees marriage as a like this. Some of us see it as slavery. We see it as a ball and chain. We see it as the quickest way to poverty town. We see it as the quickest way into single motherhood, married single motherhood, divorced single motherhood. We see it as the quickest way to misery, to gaining weight or losing too much weight, to being stressed out, to your skin being jacked up, to jacking up your body, having these men's kids, right? We don't see marriage as, some of us don't see marriage as this great thing. We see it as a ball and chain. Okay? And not everybody wants this. And then even many of the people who do want it fail at it. And some of them, people who've been married multiple times, fail at marriage multiple times. So this entity that is supposed to be a status symbol really isn't, if everybody who's doing it is failing at it. And then the ones that don't get divorced, there's a certain portion of them that just stay married for money purposes, or for the kids, or for status purposes. But they're miserable. AKA Beyonce and Jay-Z. Just my own personal opinion. That's just my own theory. Could I be wrong about that? Absolutely, I could be. Do I think I'm wrong? No. Some people just stay married because it's more money and more of a career boost or whatever to stay married and keep that image going. So that's just one example that I'm giving, right? Nobody cares about this stuff. Don't judge me. Don't judge that woman over there. Don't judge her over here because we didn't fall for the okie doke. Leave us alone. I don't think anything that most people fail at should be held as some kind of a standard. I'm going to die on this hill. Okay? Stop judging women based on the fact that we didn't choose to become a doormat. Do I think all wives are doormats? Of course not. Do I think the vast majority of wives are doormats? Unfortunately, that's the way you're treated. You're doing 1,000,001 jobs and you're not getting paid for it. All you're getting is the ability to say, my husband. Some people say they like the way I say, my husband, right? That's all you're getting. Like, that's nothing. And nowadays, being married is not a flex. I don't personally think it ever was, but more and more women are starting to realize, I don't want all these jobs every day. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to have to come home and clock into what they call the second shift, the one that you do for free. Your second shift includes 12 jobs that you don't get paid for versus the one that you just did. And then even if you're a stay-at-home mom and wife, that's 10 times worse because you're doing all 15 jobs and you're not getting paid for it. All you get is to be able to say, I was married. That's it. I was married now. like I always like to say. So I don't want to knock anybody for being married, but if you knock me for not being married, I'm going to knock the fuck out of you. And I'm going to expose the actual truth about the misery that the vast majority of married women live in. The vast majority of women are miserable. We see it in your faces all day, every day. We see it. We see it in your weight gain. We see it in your skin. We see it in the way you yell at people. We see it in the way that you get on social media and comment sections and try to pretend like your situation is better. Happily married women are not doing that. You don't see YV edit in people's comment sections saying, well, I have a unicorn, man, and my situation is better than yours, and it's so bad. I'm so sad that you don't get to experience. She's not doing that. Burb and Bougie are not doing that. They don't even advocate for marriage because they already know that most men ain't shit. Happily married women are not doing this. You don't even hear from them very often when it comes to this type of stuff. Who you hear from are women who are pretending to be happily married. And I'm that chick that's going to call you out on it. To your face, in person, online, in a live, during Zoom, whenever. I'm that one. I'm the one that will call you out. You don't want to have this argument with me. You're going to lose every time. So like I said, let go of this delusion. Y'all ain't getting shit in no fucking divorce because y'all ain't got shit in your marriage. So there's not a broke man plus a broke woman equals a broke woman. Or a broke man plus a woman with money equals the woman having to pay that man. So you lose either way as the woman. Just my own observation. So that's all I got to say about it. Leave your comments below. Subscribe. Sorry, y'all. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next video.
All together, girls. 1, 2, 3. Fuck these men on the internet. They don't know what they want, but they will see what they can get. Oh, go and waste your one and only precious life while pretending not to have a full receding hairline. So keep your eyes on his hairline and your hand on your drink. For all you know, he is a psychopath. He'll leave you on red, and he won't care if you're dead. And the psychics on TikTok are